Hi, thank you for checking out my channel and the Persona Rerun project. If you are enjoying it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with any friends who might be interested in Persona. I am also live on Twitch at twitch.tv/MacTheVoid, as well as have a coffee. Otherwise, we'll get right into it. Thanks. It's the last day of exams. All these questions look familiar. I feel like I did well. All right, so that's a top 10. I did fuck up one of them then. Ah, that's a bummer. I finished today's exams. Did I already finish Yukari? Sorry to bother you. Junpei wants to hang out. Well, obviously I'm gonna hang out with Junpei. Despite the fact that I could be finishing up. Oh, Mitsuru wouldn't finish up anyways. So I'm gonna hang out, or I need to remember because of the exams going by. I'm saving at the end of this, and it's gonna be a few days before I get back to this, I think. So I need to remember to stare at Mitsuru tonight. Hey Junpei. What's up, Mac? Hey, you have some time now? I'll treat you to some takoyaki. Yeah, let's go. All right, let's head to Octopia.
You go on ahead to the shrine. I'll grab us some takoyaki.
Sounds good. I'd actually rather walk there with you.
Sweet.
But
Be right there.
it feels like he wants to surprise me, so I'm going with it.
Got some takoyaki. This one's for you.
All right, there's a trick to this. Oddly generous of you.
Come on, look at these eyes. Why would you ever suspect me like that?
The way you're saying the line makes me, yeah.
To be honest, this is kind of an apology for the other day. You know.
Oh,
Back when
okay.
I blew up at you. One pack of takoyaki ain't gonna make up for it, but it's better than nothing, right?
This fixes nothing. Is this all you've got? I already forgave you.
Thanks. It's still.
I know the other ones are probably
words
jokes,
weren't
but
enough for
like,
an apology.
he's being genuine, so I want to be genuine too.
And you totally didn't deserve that. It's because I really wanted to take out my anger on someone else. Remember when I mentioned I was visiting someone at the hospital? And how I pissed her off, but I didn't know what I did wrong? I think I get it now.
That's
A while
rough.
back, I was asked what I'd be doing with my life in 2 years. By Chidori. And being the insensitive dumbass I am, I said something like, eats me.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I think that to most teenagers at that stage, they may have like a vague idea, but like, it's not the end of the world if they don't, as long as they're still putting in effort that allows them to have options in the future, you know? I think it's totally reasonable for a 16-year-old to be like, I don't know what I'm doing in 2 years. You know, I have the vague shape of an idea. And Junpei's not doing the stuff to like give himself more options, admittedly, or he's just starting to now. But like, you know, I don't think that's like a crazy insensitive. Like, it's insensitive because he doesn't realize why she's asking more than anything, right? But yeah, I don't think that's that bad. But also, it's totally understandable how that piss off Chidori with what she had going on in her life too.
For a long time, I didn't even understand how it must have felt for her to ask me that. So it's no wonder she got upset. She was facing something really scary. And there I was, acting like it was no big deal. The other day, when everyone was all calm and chatting about what Ryoji said, it put everything into perspective. When it finally hit me, I lost my shit and snapped at you. I'm really sorry about that, man. Hey, come on, eat up. Don't want cold takoyaki, do you?
So, at the risk of it being too real, I'm recording this on the 13th, so you know, finally a little bit ahead on the recording, purely because of the exams. But like I fully I've never been like an angry person, which like may surprise people who've seen me rant about the game or seen me play like games where I do hard difficulties and lose my shit or whatever. Largely because I think that's fun and funny and like not actual anger, right? I'm not generally an angry person, but like in this period of like grief and mourning, like when my brother died a few years ago. It's not a few years ago yet. It's like a year and some change ago. Like I didn't really feel angry at that very much. It would just suddenly come in waves, and like, you know, I was obviously upset, but like I didn't feel that anger and rage and stuff. But with my dad passing recently, that's almost been like my primary emotion recently. At least definitely in terms of grief and stuff. And so like the angry outbursts and taking it out and stuff, like I've never really understood that much until semi recently. And like I get like this stuff that like he was technically right in like how casual they were handling everything, but that also doesn't make him right in how he emotionally responded to it, right? And like, you know, I'm just saying I have a lot of empathy for him right now in this moment of my actual life, I guess. And like what growth it is for him to apologize for it at 16 and be aware of that, you know? I didn't get that kind of awareness about myself until
Have you decided what you're gonna do on the 31st?
22, 23. Yeah, I have.
Gotcha. Look, man. Me and the others might tell you all kinds of stuff, but whatever we say, go with your own gut.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
You've dealt with enough as it is, you know?
What an emotionally mature response from Junpei.
Always been jealous of you. You're a special dude, and everyone's always counting on you. But at the same time, I knew you were the one making all the tough calls. You're always looking out for everyone around you. Even people like me. Sure, I was jealous, but watching you, I knew I could never be you. So, I figured maybe it's time you chose what you wanted to do for a change. Besides, forgetting everything doesn't exactly sound so bad, does it?
Do you really think that?
I mean, I obviously wouldn't like that. It'd suck to forget everything.
He's trying to make it okay if that's what I choose. Oh, Junpei! Junpei, you sweet boy!
Alright, that's enough serious stuff.
Like, and here's the thing. Like, I feel like Junpei's always been really good at reading like the emotional state of people and being, and like being emotionally aware of other people, but didn't know how to process that into his own skill set of like adapting that correctly. That's why he's always been this mood maker who's making these jokes and trying to, you know, whether it's like lighten the mood or treat something a certain way or whatever, he's always been like on top of being able to read everyone else's like emotional states and emotions. And like generally it came from a good place, but he didn't have the skill set or the empathy to really understand like the underlying why stuff has happened until until later in his arc around here, right? And like didn't have the like skill set of like, how do I use this to actually help people? And like as we get farther into his arc, it's so apparent that like he's all, and I brought this up from the beginning, he's like always been aware of like the basically the party status as like emotionally, like he's like, I could never be you in this scene or whatever. I don't think that's actually necessarily true. I think that like with the arc he's gone on, not knowing any of the spin-off stuff or where he goes from here, he could easily be the next actual leader, right? Like I know it's actually, I guess, but like I know it's episode, I guess I know that's what's going on there, but I mean if we're talking about like, if he started the game at this point of his arc, where I don't think he's actually done as a person, because now he can grow as a leader or as like a helper, or as, you know, he does have some natural mentorship attitude. We see that with Ken a lot, right? Even though Ken looks up to Akihiko, Junpei's really the one who's been helping mentor Ken more than anyone. And so like, if he started from this point, he easily could have been leader of our group for the, you know what I mean? I just think it's really interesting and really
Chats
cool.
like this make my throat all dry. Or maybe it's just a takoyaki. Let's grab a drink somewhere and head back. That okay with you, Mr. Leader?
I'm not like a huge fan of how they keep retreading like, I was so jealous of you, because like it feels like he hasn't been for a while. It feels like he's like moved past that for about half a year, and he's had other stuff going on, which needs addressing. Which, to be fair, he did address there. But like, I feel like he doesn't need to keep bringing that up, and I wonder if it's like that because like, if we were to do that hangout, it would always be that one. So like, it needs to address in case people haven't done the previous hangouts with him. Maybe. Let's see what the victory headband does.
Right.
After I finished exams, I walked around town for a little while. The lost are everywhere now. Running into them is no longer just an occasional incident. Perhaps it has to do with the fall. It probably does. I haven't thought about it as much lately, but we're the only ones who can save the world. It's all up to us. Alright, I'm gonna harvest, I'm gonna talk, and I'm gonna save. I do want to hang out with, or stare at Mitsuru tonight, but I do need to get to, 12:23. Okay, that's not too far away. So that must mean the game's actually coming. Oh no. If they're doing it that close. What was I gonna, oh, and this is specifically at 12:31, so it probably would have gone past that, but it wants to give me one last day. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I feel nervous. I feel sick. I don't, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, this project's about to change a whole lot for a short period of time. Oh God. Okay, I need to stop panicking. Children all over the world will receive presents from a jolly old man in a red suit. But one day, they will realize the jolly old man doesn't really exist, and they will be sad. That sadness will eventually lead to maturity, and they will leave their childish toys behind. Christmas, what an interesting holiday. I don't think that's necessarily all how it goes. How'd you do on your finals? Okay.
Well,
I mean, considering the circumstances, I think you did the best you could. You know, actually in lore, it makes sense for why I didn't score top position this time.
by the way,
The exams are finally over, but I don't really feel relieved at all. I'm just even more tired. This is the same way I felt after the last midterms. We thought it was going to be the last battle, but it wasn't. The more I think about it, the more miserable I feel. Let's talk.
Good to see you.
Studied extra hard this time, so I have a feeling I'll be okay. How about you? How do you think you did? Why are those the two options? I guess ace them. I skipped some questions I didn't know answers to. I'll have to review them later. Yep. Dude, I think I bumped the exams. How can I concentrate when I know the world's gonna end? Alrighty, the 23rd, I guess. Is there anything I'm doing today here? No. Oh, hey, okay, so you're available tonight here. This is to make up for the time I didn't study with you. Yes, correct? Or, the time I studied instead of hanging out with you. You saw my text, right? Want to get moving and warm up a little?
Yes.
Cool, let's do this. I know this wasn't your idea, but I'm not planning on letting you cut corners. Alright, first on the list is jogging to Naganaki Shrine. Let's go.
You were actually able to keep up with me on my training regimen. I'm impressed.
I am the track star of our school.
So, what do you think?
Of what? I do hate that I did it in my outfit. They
the
should have had
reason I
us
asked you to
change
join
into gym
today
clothes or something.
We finally found you, Akihiko Sanada.
Ah, you again? I thought we already dealt with all of you. God, that's so
Had a
many
good run
people
up
this
until
time.
now.
It's weird.
Day's where it ends.
Don't feel bad about screaming if you gotta. No one's coming to save you, though.
These guys just don't know when to quit.
There's no getting away this time. Not for you, and not for your chicken shit buddy either.
Not that it'd matter anyway. You guys live at the dorm nearby, don't you?
Yeah, we saw some girls there. And a kid, too. Sure hope they're keeping safe.
I mean, out of everyone, they'd probably kick your ass more than we would, to be fair. Largely, I think that's true. Mitsuru has bodyguards, even if she didn't take care of you herself. Kari's headstrong. I don't know if she could take on multiple people, but, you know, I think that the place is probably fairly well protected from dipshits like this. You're the scum of the earth.
Stay back. I'll create an opening so you can escape. If you're going after my friends, then I'll be your first obstacle. Come on. Make your move.
Don't you know what'll happen if a trained guy like you hits an amateur? The boxing team will be suspended, and you'll be expelled. Or worse, you'll go to prison, and your life will be over. Is that what you want? Huh?
That is true. I could never do something like that to my supervisor or my boxing teammates. But even if that's how I feel, I can't back down now. I'll carry that responsibility and pay for it the rest of my life if I have to. I will protect what's important to me. That's why I have these fists.
Ah, what the hell are you going on about?
I mean, I'm not a trained guy.
Oh,
It's legitimate self-defense.
all right then. I'll trust my back to you. Just try not to hurt him. I'm sure you can handle that.
Cocky little bastards!
Looks like that does it. That was quite the challenge considering their numbers. Are you alright?
I mean, we're supernaturally trained.
Ever show your face around here again. If I ever hear you're threatening my friends, you know what'll happen next.
Got it.
Come on, It's getting cold. Plus, someone might have called the police. Let's go to my room for now. Well, I'd like to put out some tea, but I have to take these off first.
I know that they're to protect his hands, but also stylish.
They're more than just fashionable. These hand wraps protect my hands and wrists. Not only do these protect me, but they can affect the power of my punches depending on how I wrap them. Whether my fists deal damage or not depends on these. I guess they're like my partners in the ring. Anyways, make yourself comfortable.
Well, so like that's the thing about like gloves with that type of thing, right?
The reason I
one
asked you
sec.
to join me today. It's because
I'll
I
let him
wanted
say his
you
line.
to know what I've been working on.
So like the thing with like gloves and stuff, like it makes it sound like, including the way that those are wrapped. A lot of people I think have the misconception that like that's there to like protect both sides of the opponents or whatever, but it's actually just there to protect the person's hands so they can punch even harder and put that much more force onto the opponent without having to worry about hurting their hands. So they don't actually do much to protect the people getting hit, as it were. Obviously not with reps. The reps obviously wouldn't do much either way, but like even the big boxing gloves, like you think that's there to, you know, make it safe for the person getting hit, but it's not actually. It puts more force into them because the person punching can do that without having to worry about their hands. So yeah.
I spent a lot of time training and gaining more experience. And I thought I'd finally reached a point where I could feel confident in my abilities. But after hearing what the appraiser said, I felt afraid. I felt anger too, knowing that all the training I'd put myself through was meaningless. I told myself I'd face things head on, but I'm still as weak as I was before. Tell me, do you think I'm strong enough now?
I guess the important thing is that whether you're strong enough or not, you can't lose hope in the fact, like you can't succumb to the it doesn't matter and like you can't succumb to that attitude, you know?
You're totally right. I'm sure I'll find my answer soon enough. Everyone loses confidence in themselves from time to time. And that's when their weakness rears its ugly head. Being on the verge of grasping something, or grappling with the fear and frustration of losing everything again. It's so hard to overcome. And it's a feeling I understand all too well. I know we've pushed this crucial decision on you. And I can only imagine how hard that must be. But try not to blame Junpei and the others.
They can make it up to me.
That's fine. I know they'll come through. Anyway, as someone who was there too, I just wanted you to know.
Besides, it's not like they're pushing the decision onto me. It's that I have to make the decision. You know, even if they made the decision as a group, I'm the one who has to commit the action.
Where I am now. If I said all my training was meaningless, then that would be spitting on all of their efforts too. And that would be absolutely unacceptable. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure, if that's what helps
I
you.
didn't mean to go on a tangent like that. Not only did I ask you to join me today, but you got dragged into my fight too. I've got to at least pay you back for that. I'm pretty sure my special protein blend is around here somewhere.
... I can see a familiar handmade craft on the desk. That cardboard gold medal that Sonata's sister made.
Oh, that. I was thinking of sending that back to my parents when I write them a New Year's card. We don't know how the future's gonna turn out. It's better if it doesn't stay with me.
Don't run away. I don't know how many times I've had to tell you that.
You're one unusual guy. I was thinking this during the
Sometimes
fire
it's better to run away, but
for
not from
some
stuff
reason.
like that.
I feel like I can trust you to watch my back. Together, we can overcome anything. For a long time, all I cared about was having the power to protect others. And I thought being hard on myself and competing with others was the only way I was gonna do that. Although, it is true that I've gotten more capable through my reckless approach.
Yeah,
But
but
now,
that's partially because you were lucky
There
and
are
had people
others
to
who
help
fight
take care of you
alongside
while
me,
you were being
so
reckless.
I have people who I want to protect. But at the same time, I want them to be there fighting with me in the end. It's because I have all of you that I feel like I can become even stronger. I still don't know if I'm strong or kind enough to deserve this medal, but this is my starting point. And it's something that I should keep with me. You've taught me another valuable lesson today. Now, where to put this?
Display it.
Yeah, I think I will. I did it, Miki.
Keep working hard.
If you say so. I'll keep fighting like I'm up for a shot at the title belt. I may not be very good at motivating people with words, or communicating how I feel, but you can trust I'll never back down from a fight. Even if I'm battered and on the ground, I'll get back up every time. I'll never give up. That's my duty to all of you, so you can count on me. I swear I will protect you. That being said, there's still so much I owe you for. I'll be doing what I can to pay back that debt. I haven't really thanked you for all your help until now either. Ah, right. I was going to at least thank you for what you did today.
Oh, I should I announce this here? I don't know. I guess I'll mention it here, but I figured out what I'm going to do post Persona, because I do want to play the Persona DLC and the spin-off games. However, I am going to attempt to wait to see if the episode I guess ever goes on sale. So I'm going to be working on a different project in the meantime, where I'm going to be playing Yakuza. I'm only thinking this now because I'm thinking of how to play or how to, like, I'm interested in seeing, like, with this additional stuff, like I'm really interested in finally playing episode because I've only ever played P3P, right? And I have seen the answer before on YouTube. I only vaguely recall it, right? And it was just like the cutscenes compilation or whatever. And so I don't really remember how that goes, like, whatsoever, partially because I didn't play it. And so I'm really excited to get to that. I am trying to wait for it to see if it goes on sale, does anything like that. So I think in the meantime, I'm going to either pivot to the Yakuza game, or maybe I'll just commit to doing the rest of Persona before pivoting to Yakuza. We'll see. But the next big project I plan on doing is Yakuza, where every time I die, I'm going to move on to the next game in the series and loop back around. So starting with 0, and then Kiwami, and then Kiwami 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, and then Like a Dragon. I'm also including the Judgment games, as well as Ishin, and the new Like a Dragons that are coming out as well. And so every time I die, I'm going to loop back around to the next one. And that includes losing at any of the mini games. I'll also feature minigame roulette on the free time to make sure I commit to playing some of those mini games. So that's the next big thing. I don't know if this is the proper place to put this. Probably not near the end of 1219. On an episode where we're right at this emotional culmination of Akihiko's thing. But yeah, the only reason I'm really bringing it up is because there may be a gap in between when I played this and when I get to the DLC, because I am gonna wait at the least a few months to see if it'll ever go on sale. Might try to finish that Yakuza project, and then we'll get back to the DLC afterwards. If it never went on sale, then I'll buy it then. But like that's kind of the blockage in what I can play for this game, because I can't play like, you know, P4 Arena Ultimax until I play the DLC for this, right? So yeah, that's the heads up of what I'm planning on doing. I may release that as a more normal series rather than what we're doing here of like a day by day. I may do that kind of like how I will do when I get back to Metaphor. I have been largely playing on stream, but during the month of December I play horror games, and then with real life stuff that has interrupted stream, I haven't been able to record Metaphor, so I kind of put a stop to releasing those. But that will go back to, you know, 3 times a week, and then I'll probably do like Persona deals or the Persona stuff on 3 other days a week, something like that, you know, rather than how we're doing it here. So that's just the update for what we're doing after this, since we're nearing the end of some of this. Not all of it. I know that some of it goes till the very end, and I don't remember which games do what, and so I don't know how long I have in this game. I'm assuming I at least have January in this game, because I know Aigis is a social link. I remember that. And we're nearing the end of the month, and Aigis hasn't come back. So I'm assuming that January is actually our final month. But, you know, we shall see. I don't remember. So yeah.
Damn. Looks like I'm out of protein powder. What else do I have? Ah, here. You can have these dumbbells. Just a minute. I'll get them ready for you. You could change the weight on these ones to match whatever your muscle strength is. In your case, I'd start with 8 kilos. No, actually, I think you can handle 10. You could also use a machine, but you gotta do some resistance training with free weights too.
I quietly acknowledge Sonata's determination, then return to my room. I feel inspired by his enthusiasm. So you're going back to school today. How does it feel? I don't want to be late. You're right. Let's hurry and get ready to go. What happened to Shido-san? He said some strange stuff. The government would be in trouble if Shido collapsed now. I thought we could count on him. What's going to happen? You see Shido-san, Shido's press conference? Seems like the Phantom Thieves changed his heart, if you ask me. Can't believe he turned out to be a criminal. But didn't the leader of the Phantom Thieves commit suicide? That comeback video posted online right before the election. It's real?
I don't get it.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on anymore. Opinions are all over the place. Online. Weird place to put that pause. What's this mean for the election? They're trouble. The country's in trouble. We have no prime minister. It happened so suddenly. I can't blame everyone for being confused.
Time's up.
Okay, that's all for today. This will be my last class for the year. This year, the year's already ending, huh? So much has happened that it's like, where did all the time go? Oh, but it's not over for you yet. You still have finals for 3 days, from tomorrow to the 22nd. I'm sure you already knew that though, right? There's no way you haven't started studying yet. They're coming, whether you like it or not. Well, good luck. It's... This is the first thing we get after coming to school for the first time in a while. Have you been studying? tomorrow till the 22nd. So the 20th, 21st, and 22nd is it? Only 3 days? I need 5 days to get caught up. She just spilled the beans at that conference, right? Why is he making any news? Why isn't it making any news? Is it because he's a politician? I have no doubt that political connections are involved, but that theoretically shouldn't have an impact on the news. What about all the people who saw him on TV? They had to see that. Everyone's heard him say all that heavy stuff, right? Right. What happened can't be kept secret. It'll be apparent soon. Dakota Sis is working on a case too. I'm sure we'll see the results if we just wait patiently. Let's assume so. More importantly, we have exams coming up. I think they may have come at a good time. We've really gone through a lot lately. Everyone must be tired. It certainly was a good deal of trouble. Exams are more tiring than any shit we're doing. Good luck, you guys.
Sorry that I failed to mention your exams. I was busy dealing with some of Shido's cronies. Well, you are students, so it's only fitting you're doing a study group.
You're gonna bring us some snacks now and then, right?
You don't even have exams.
Pardon the intrusion.
Boo! I needed the day to go talk to
Glad
the
to see you
bullies
all.
bully the
Don't
bullies.
mind me. Make yourselves at home.
You're too kind. We'll take you up on that offer.
Why did you bring me here? My school's exams are already over.
Come on, don't be so cold. You saying it's fine if I fail?
Nothing wrong with that.
Won't the results be the same whether you study or not?
Now, you guys. Just think of it as helping me out.
I don't know about this. I'm just going to focus on sections that may likely be on the test. You're way too short on time.
Making a gamble, huh?
If she's wrong, we die.
I don't want to die.
Is it really that bad?
This is every day for them.
This affects you too. Well, with your grades, I'm not too worried. You've missed a lot of classes, so it couldn't hurt to study.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
Yeah, he's good at
To be
studying.
fair.
I feel kind of betrayed.
Okay, so what happens if you have failed every test? Like, is this scene different? Really should have just allowed myself to do that in vanilla just to see if this scene's different. I forgot that, or maybe this scene doesn't. I'm pretty sure this happens though, because I vaguely recall it. But it makes sense that it happens in universe. Like, I'm complaining about not having a day, but it actually does make sense. Where it's like, you do have exams coming up, and I've missed like a month of school, so everyone coming together to be like, hey, this is what we think we'll be on and studying in to get me caught up. And the other two need it, but like it makes sense why like specifically for this exams people came over to do this.
Betrayed might be a bit much. Don't worry, Lady Ann. Even if you're not great at studying, I'll... Now then, let's get to it. What do you want me to teach you?
History. I'm bad at history.
I feel like while he was out, there was something they were saying would be on the test.
Oh, I know. It was Dokyu? What was it again?
History. Dokyu. Was it about the origin of Dokyu? Dokyu means something that is larger than others of its kind, but the name comes from a battleship, Dreadnought. They attached Do, the first sound of the word in Japanese, with Q, which means class.
That's it!
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm impressed you knew what he was talking about.
How about taking a break?
No, I need all the
sounds good to me.
answers.
I can't do anymore.
I'm very tired. We'll see if I'll be able to remember it.
So, like, we've been doing Phantom Thief work all this time, right? We learned a bunch doing that. Even if we study and learn what we can in school, doesn't it feel kind of pointless?
So the thing, and I've talked about this before, I think, so sorry to keep reiterating things I talk about a lot, but like the thing that school is supposed to teach you that it doesn't like tell you it's teaching you, which is unfortunate and they should be more explicit, is that what they're teaching you is how to learn and how to apply those skills outside of the specifics of where you learn them, right? So like what school should be teaching you, and it's kind of the reason why standardized testing kind of sucks ass, is that like how to learn information and how to then apply that information. So when people are like, oh, when am I ever going to use algebra in real life? Well, like most people aren't going to be using algebra to solve for X, you know, in their day-to-day lives, but the patterns you learn to learn those skills and those patterns are what you're going to do in everyday life. You're not going to use like that algebra when, you know, stocking shelves at Walmart or whatever, but the skills you learn of how to do that thing faster, more efficiently, how to, you know, when reading news, how to extrapolate the information you get on there and how to apply biases, or like, you know, not apply biases, but like see, like where biases may affect the information you're getting, how to cross-examine that information, how to, when you receive that information, apply it to other parts of your life, right? That's what school's teaching you, right? And so like the learning is important in that way. So like he has a point that he's learned a lot of skills outside of school, but like learning to continue how to learn and apply those is what's helpful. But even outside of that, our world functions on certification, right? Like I may learn plenty of skills, right? Like I've learned quite a bit of like music theory, and I've learned quite a bit of, you know, this, that, and the other. But I never went to college, and so I don't have the certification to get me into fields that apply to that type of thing. I don't think I necessarily learned enough skills in anything like video editing or in you know, sound design or in, you know, whatever the case may be. I didn't learn enough skills of that, so maybe I'm a bad example. But like, you know, there's plenty of people who, like, you know, learn to code and learn to do all these things, but unless you have a certification showing that you know how, and there are, coding's another bad example, because, you know, if you learn to code, you can take certification processes or like certification tests outside of school that show that you are fluent in XYZ language, right? Which will then help if you're applying for jobs. But like, there's plenty of people who learn a lot of different skills outside of school, but without the certification to show that you do in fact know that thing, you won't even get the chance to apply that in like career sense, you know? So studying is important.
At the very least, it's necessary for Ryuji.
You want to say that again?
Those sorts of experiences are important too, but common sense is just as important. You should know better than anyone how nasty adults without common sense can be.
That's a great point.
Someday you'll graduate high school and become adults. Then, when you get married, you'll need common sense more than ever.
Marriage, huh? Do you want to get married?
I mean, I would love to get married. I'm 30 now. You know, I'm starting to, I hate to say get up there in age, but like, it really feels like I'm really starting to miss the boat on like getting married and having kids and stuff. And it's rough. Like, it, you know, I wouldn't mind being a stepdad, but I have always wanted to have children of my own. And like, so, you know, it's rough out there. I would love to get married. I don't have the budget to get married. I don't have the budget to date.
Well, that won't be for a while. In the meantime, I'm more concerned with what I'm going to be eating tomorrow.
Oh, cut it out, man. You're making me hungry. Well, I guess we just gotta get back to studying.
That concludes the last subject.
That took so long.
We covered all the difficult parts, so you should probably be fine.
Good work, everyone. See, you can do it if you try.
We're finally done. Only God, only knows... How's that saying go again?
Ryuji's hopeless.
What did you say?
Well, whatever happens, happens. Isn't it about time you wrapped it up? Be careful on your way home.
Sucks that you have to do exams even after changing Shido's heart and saving the country. It's rough being a human. But looking at you, I feel kind of jealous of humans.
Hey.
How's school treating you now that you're back? The same as ever. Well, at least you don't have to hide anymore. That's something. Your probation ends soon. I don't know if any of this other stuff will affect that, so just keep quiet. Yeah, sorry, I might have to stay here under probation another year. How goes the case of preparation against Shido? I don't know. I haven't been able to see my sister. Is she okay? I'm sure she is. I'm sure she'll get the job done. That's right. I mean, she's a pretty talented prosecutor. All we can do now is keep an eye on what happens next. I'll be at the church. Okay, cool. However, I'd like to speak with you again, if that's all right. Okay, so that's definitely going to be the one to get us started on her.
What do you want to do? Yep.
Make sure you're close.
Hi.
All right, EY unavailable. Chihaya also unavailable. Interesting. All right, so what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to use these points to work on EY, who I think should be close, right? To the next level. And then go over to, whether he's ready or not, I'm gonna then go over to Hifumi and get hers going.
What do you think?
All right, let's just see if it's ready. Still not ready anyways. Okay, that's great. Hey, oh, whoops. Let me just punch the mic and have it swing back into my mouth. Good. Wait, I didn't read that. However, there are many people who can implement their own strategy. I hope you continue to do what you believe in. Don't mood for a match. I can't teach you shogi right now, or rather, from now on, I'm at checkmate right now. My only option is to concede, but I can't seem to give up. I'm not sure what my next move is after this checkmate. Hang out with her. What? You'll help me think? Thank you.
Actually,
before we play, I'd like to talk to you about something. My mother told me that I should lose my upcoming exhibition match against the pro. I don't understand. It's a strategy she devised. She says that if I lose to a man, I'll get sympathy from women, and as a result get me more female fans. Then when I make my comeback, I'll become a symbol for strong women everywhere. That way, I can use the weekly magazine's popularity against them and instantly become famous. That won't work. I wish I could agree, but though my mother may be right, people do love a good comeback story. Yeah, if you have the opportunity to come back, but more likely you'll just fade as like, oh, she thought that she could stand in the world of, you know, intellectual sports for men or whatever. But like, another challenger comes and goes, as it were, and like, will she really get the opportunity? Like, people won't pay attention to her the next time she goes up against somebody in the first place, you know? Like, even like, assuming, you know, things happen that the way that they do, I think it's far more likely if someone fails in that sense to fade into obscurity rather than gaining fans from women who are like, oh, it's another woman who got beaten by a man. I relate to that, you know? Like I don't know. I think there may be a temporary boost of sympathy from that, but like, people will stop paying attention to her and like, you know, wanting to give her those chances in the public eye. And then when she wins, like, even if she wins in the future with that kind of stuff, I think that it would be better to get her in the mix and then have her start to win and lose some, rather than have her lose here. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Like, just from like a playing politics standpoint. Coming from the TV industry, my mother does have a great insight. But again, this may be like a, you know, Eastern attitude versus Western attitude. You know, I feel like we see, I feel like my viewpoint on that comes from both F1 but also from where, like, if people don't impress immediately, there's immediate talks of them leaving, and it's like, well, they needed a little while to adapt to, you know, these new cars. But like, even outside of that, like, I think that my viewpoint comes also from like Hollywood, right? Where it's like, you may get chances to be a supporting actor, but like when you get your chance to become like an A-list celebrity, and we see this all the time, and people in the industry with like interviews have talked about it, of like, generally speaking, when you get your shot and people, like, you're kind of like on fire or whatever, and people are starting to cast you in your movies, you only get like 2 to 3 shots in a row of that. Like when your name's on people's lips and you bomb, if you bomb like twice, you're out. Like, and most of the time that's happening, a lot of that stuff's happening back to back before, like they'll be filming the second movie while the first one's still in like post-production / you know, going to be released, like before it's even hit the market really. And then the second one's going to fall on the heels of that. And then if they both do badly, even if it's outside of the actor's, you know, purview, that actor is then going to be forever, if they're still going to be in the industry as like in major movies, they're not going to be like the A-list celebrity, like the name that draws people in. They're usually going to be, you know, cast as the side characters if they're going to be in there at all, right? Like, how often have we heard like, oh, whatever happened to this person? It feels like for like 6 months they were all anyone talked about, right, in movies. And it's because like all those things happen at the same time. And so like I feel like, so again, it may just be a Western perspective, but like, if her star's rising, having her suffer a defeat is not a good idea right now, as she's trying to break into that industry. Now, from her mom's perspective, having her be an idol and her star's riding in the idol space rather than necessarily as a shogi player, which is part of what her conflict is, like, there's, she may not want her to make that break into the industry, but like, I think that what you do is you have her get this first initial success, then have a mix of things and have her pivot, like after the first loss or like after a couple of losses, pivot to the idol standpoint of like, of, you know, you know, you really capture her like struggling to make it, having already breached past the wall, rather than, you know, watching her fail to scale this wall and then like people don't care. This time around, I couldn't help but argue. It's the wrong thing to do. I actually got into a fight with my mother. It wasn't the first time, but what made me sad was I realized my mother doesn't see me as a shogi player. She said that there's no need for me to putting so much time and effort into shogi.
It's terrible.
And that once I become famous, I can quit shogi and make money from my looks. And here's the other thing, is that like, unfortunately, you know, a lot of younger starlets, you know, young women who get into the industry, whether as an idol or as an actress or, you know, whatever the case may be, if they get into the industry while they have these young looks, it's rare for them to be able to maintain that, like they make all the money up front because they're going to be cast aside because of how the industry works in a very gross way. And sometimes you'll get some who like, you know, manage to pivot from being the, you know, young ingenue or the idol or whatever, and pivot into the older experienced women in the in films or TV shows or, you know, whatever. But like, that is, I think if you're betting on something, it's better to bet on the long-term intellectual career of like both of them. Neither of them are good bets to bet on being a pro shogi player and being a pro idol, but like, I'm trying to think of how to phrase it, especially with women in that industry. There's not a lot of space of that, like a lot of the idol, like guys who are idols in that industry can then pivot to being part of the company afterwards, or pivot to being like a presenter, or pivot to these other aspects of entertainment from being an idol, right? And women are afforded less of a chance in that. And so like, while both, I think that the shogi career, even if it doesn't pay as much immediately and may seem harder right now, if she's able to maintain being a pro shogi player, that's going to have more longevity. I don't know if I'm saying the word right, than the idol career, right? You're front loading the payoff, essentially. But again, you know, some people can pivot. Some people, you know, there's plenty of women who started as an actress and then pivoted to being a director. There's some who were like the actress pivoted to director and then pivoted back to being an actress. There's, you know, actresses who, you know, were the young pretty thing, then stopped acting for a while and then came back and played these other roles, you know. So like it's not impossible. But like with men, it seems like men, once they've made it, they can just kind of coast off of having made it, right? Like if you're the young thing and you manage to get to be the A-list, or you manage to get to be the idol, you manage to get to be these points, you can kind of just not coast on that, because it's still a lot of work. But like, they don't have the same fall off of like, well, now this man's middle age. It's like, yeah, what a hot middle-aged man that it, right? Like, I don't know. She doesn't mind if I lose a match as long as I build up my reputation and make money. My mother, shogi is just a vehicle to make me famous.
However,
losing on purpose is wrong. If it helped me to become famous and ease my parents' burden, I don't want to turn my back on shogi, a game that both my father and I love. Let's make her reconsider. If only that were possible. She's the type of woman who never changes her mind. She wants to achieve her unfulfilled dream of becoming a celebrity through me. I highly doubt she'd ever reconsider. What's her mom's name? It's Mitsuyo Togo. That was hard for me to say for some reason. What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Hi.
All right, I'll see you later. So you're going back to school today. How does it feel? Okay, so it occurred to me as I had to fast forward through yesterday's thing to get back to this point, because, you know, no saves, that I didn't give it the proper praise in either Royal or in P5 here. The scene of everyone coming together and being like, we're going to continue with the plan without him and all of this, right? Because like, so much of this game feels like, if we just take down this one person, we'll change this aspect of the world for the better. And that's not typically how it actually works. I think that without trying to get anything shadow banned. I think recent opinions about healthcare, things that have happened there, show that, like, to be blatant about it, the CEO was shot, you know, Brian Thompson or whatever. I think that was his name. And like, while we did see immediately some healthcare people who were like, right before, like literally right before that happened, they announced, like, 2 different healthcare companies were like, we're now rolling back anesthesia so it won't cover the full surgery, right? Like, our coverage for anesthesia is no longer as coverage for the full surgery. And then the CEO was shot, and they immediately rolled that back and were like, nope, we're gonna cover surgeries all the way, like, immediately, right? And they claim it's unrelated to that happening. They're like, no, we heard the outcry from our consumers and have decided to listen to what they're saying. But like, we all know why that happened. But they kill that CEO, right? And immediately another CEO steps in place of him and is like, says that they're committed to not changing any of their policies in light of what has happened. Like they are standing firm with what, like, has literally, it was a few days after saying, like, we don't intend on changing anything about how we're running the company, including the AI that, like, is denying so many claims that it has, like, I remember reading it as like a 90% fail rate, where, like, not that it denies 90% of things that it fails, but 90% of the things it fails would have been accepted under policy. That's how bad their AI is at auto doing this, right? Is 90% of the cases that it denied should have been accepted. And they're committed to keeping their same policies in the meantime. And so, like, this is something I've always really liked about this game, is that, like, while you change the hearts of these individual people, and that helps us individually, the systemic problems are still there. They still exist. And I remember alluding to this in some part of the playthrough, whether it was in P5 or one of the other ones, and I don't remember which one exactly, but I think I only alluded to it because I didn't want to spoil where the game was going. But, like, the fact that, like, we take down Shido, the prime minister, the big bad, right? But things keep going. The problems that were set up and like still persist, because it's a systemic issue where taking down a single person's not going to fix that. Right? It might put a band-aid on it for a little while, but, like, it's an infected wound. A lot of the systemic problems that, like, exist in this game and in reality. And a band-aid's not going to help that. And so, like, to give this game its due, I think that, like, I think parts of it come across as like, oh, taking out this one guy is gonna help. Like the Kaneshiro thing of, like, the underground seedy gangster down in, you know, Shibuya. Once we take him down, that's gonna stop all that crime and stuff. And it kind of did. But, like, we hear, like, oh, you know, it may have stopped operations in that one specific area, but, like, they're still looking for information. They're still doing stuff, right? And, like, I just think that, like, yeah, I like that it doesn't just leave it as these systemic issues aren't just fixed because one person goes down, you know? I like that. Wish I had a longer break. Come on, don't say that. This is better than living and hiding, right? Well, this is no time to be chatting. You can't be late on the first day back. Now let's go to school. happened to Shido-san? You see, Shido's press conference seemed like the fan thief changed his heart, if you ask me. Can't believe he turned out to be a criminal. The comeback video...
I don't get it.
I don't know what's going on anymore. What's this mean for election? Yep.
Time's up.
Okay, that'll be all. Last class. So yours already ending, huh? So what happened? Like, so much has happened. Like, where did all that time go? Oh, but it's not over for you yet. You still have finals for 3 days, from tomorrow to the 22nd. I'm sure you already knew that though, right? There's no way you haven't started studying yet. They're coming, whether you wanted to or not. Well, good luck.
Man.
This is the first thing we get after coming to school for the first time in a while. Have you been studying? With my time off? Oh, it is a different teacher when we get it this time. Last time it was Kawakami again, and that was really confusing. I wonder why they changed which teacher was doing it. At that conference, why isn't it making the news? Is it because he's a politician? I have no doubt that they're, but that theoretically should have an impact on the news. Oh boy, do I have something to tell you. Though again, maybe it's the difference between the Eastern and Western, but yeah, I mean, even then, right? Like, what are all the people who saw him on TV? They had to have seen that, right? Can't be, what happened can't be kept a secret. It'll be apparent soon. If we just wait patiently. More importantly, exams. Okay, so slightly different wording, but overall the same message.
Sorry about that.
Not voiced. Oof, that's rough. Sorry that I failed to mention your exams. I was busy dealing with some of Shido's cronies. Well, you are students, so it's only fitting you're doing a study group. You're gonna bring us some snacks now and then, right? You don't even have exams.
Excuse me.
Pardon the intrusion. Oh, glad to see you all. Don't mind me. Make yourself at home.
You have my thanks.
You're too kind. We'll take you up on that offer. Why did you bring me here? My school's exams are already over. Come on, don't be so cold. Are you saying if it's fine if I fail?
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Won't the result be the same whether you study or not? And now you guys, just think of it as helping me out. I don't know about this.
Hey.
Yep, we're way too short on time. Making a gamble, huh? She's wrong, we'll die. I don't want to die.
Huh? Hey. All right then.
Japanese. I'm choosing a different one because maybe it'll tell me a different thing I need to know. Wait, what did we study again? Oh, crows. How'd it go? Crows are black, so... Did we study that? Oh, the eyes thing. I already knew that, though. No, don't. No, okay, I should pick social studies because I already knew this one. It's the line that is missing the eyes because the eyes blend in with the same color as its feathers, so you can't tell. Yeah.
Hey. Hey.
I don't want to go. Come on, don't say crap like that. School for students is like work for adults. You just gotta do it. Your probation ends soon. I don't know if any of this other stuff will affect that, so just keep quiet. How goes preparations against Shido? I don't know. I haven't been able to see my sister. Is she okay? Yeah, I mean, she's probably just busy.
What do you want to do? Yep.
Make sure your clothes up.
Hi.
All right, time to try to do the fishing. Oh. All right, let's see if it shows up. Here's some bait. Thank you. I'm gonna use the top class. Come on. Come on, you bastard. Show up.
Yes.
Oh, it's like 5? Are you kidding me? This feels like it's harder than my other one. It feels like my previous poll was better at this. It just gives me more life? That's bullshit. That sucks in multiple different ways. Not only does it not actually make it easier, it just makes it harder to fail. But in addition, like,
Nice.
yeah, I say in addition. That's really all I had to say about it, though. I'm just upset. I'm just upset about it as like the miracle rod or whatever. It's like, come on. I was about to say, like, that's in your range for sure, right? I don't think it was. I think it had to move into range for a second. All right, you're gonna be spawning one of these times, right? Come on. Asshole, you're gonna turn the other way too? I can't even reach out that far, you dick. Turn around. Turn around. All right. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, I have to wait for it to turn around like there you go. There you go. Thank you, asshole. Come on, it's right there. It's right in front of you. What are you doing? Oh my God, it's only there to piss me off. It's only right there to piss me off. Come on, you have to be in range now. You have to be in range now, right? There you go.
Okay.
Be patient. No, Morgana. I'm recording for YouTube. I'm not allowed to be patient. Still got some time. All right. Should come on. You're gonna be right there, right? Come on. All right. All right, asshole. Oop, too far. Yep.
Nice.
Are you kidding me? You little bastards. You little bastard. I can't believe this.
Oh.
And I can't believe I still didn't meet the fucking mega fish.
All right.
The miracle rod didn't get me the mega fish? What even?
Hi.
I'm so angry.
Yo!
Morning, Matkun. Today's already the 19th. The year's almost over. It feels like it's been so long, but so short at the same time, you know? You know, the way people in town have been acting lately is no joke anymore. but we've come so far. We've discovered the real killer ourselves. All that's left is the final showdown. We've got to get that bastard Adachi, no matter what. I have a feeling that the town will go back to normal when we do. Let's make sure we win this. I'm counting on you, leader. Leave it to me. Oh, you sound so reliable. If there's anything I can do to help, you just let me know. If you and everyone else are with me, Matt-kun, I'm unstoppable. Yeah, my original plan was to go in like a few days ago, but life's been in the way. So I've heard that exams are coming in other personas, and so I'm planning on trying to get it done in that time frame, so before Christmas. Hey, did you hear about that student rep from the class next to ours? Really? Why would a student rep do that? Either way, that's crazy. For real. The student rep in question is just ill from the fog. You shouldn't make assumptions without evidence. Not to mention, fog-induced illness is painful, you know that? I'm certain the student rep is ill from the fog. The other teachers told me. It's so funny that she's now also spreading rumors because the other teachers told rather than like knowing firsthand. All right, so I'll attempt to go in tomorrow, the 20th. All right, Yukiko, are you available? No. Risei's down there staring at her light. Naoto, but we did just go through one. I don't think you're going to be available. Yeah. Let me see who else is available. Maybe Chie is available. Oh, but I haven't done anything with her to help level her up at night. That'd make her more available. You know what I'm trying to say. I guess maybe Kanji might be available. I did pretty well with him yesterday, I think. Oh, Kanji, you don't want to hang out? Today is like actually a bad day for me because I have 1 hour to edit and then I'm streaming. So I literally don't have time in my real world because it's 6 p.m. now and I'm trying to go live by 7. So I need to edit and then start uploading and exporting.
Yes.
I guess I'll hang out with Naoto and get that level up early. Risei, just the person I wanted to be available, actually. You've been away a lot of customers, so we're closing up earlier than usual. Yeah, I guess spend time with you. I do like Risei a lot, too. There's a reason she's tied for number 1 with tied for number 2 with Ai-chan. Because, like, I think overall, I end up liking Ai-chan's character growth more. But I think that Risei's, like, because of how integrated she is into the main story, and like, I really love her interactions with you as a character. So I'm like, you know, I think that potentially outweighs it. If I, by the end, had the same character growth and was integrated into the main story somehow, and I'm not saying she should be, and I don't expect that from any of the social links, and I want to make that clear. I think if she had that same thing and we were getting interactions with her with the main group, I think that she would beat Rise for me. But because she doesn't have that, Rise and her are on the same level. Does that make sense?
Aw,
And they both lose to
too bad.
Naoto. But at least I can give you this before it's time to say goodnight. I hope it helps, even a little bit. All right, Senpai. Good night.
Good night.
I guess Index's this was just an S. It all looks familiar. You feel like you did well. Today's exams have ended. Hey, Yukari. So what happened? As you spent time with Yukari, the bond between you grew stronger. It's getting late. You decided to return to the dorm. Oh, that wasn't enough to level it with you? God damn it. Okay, yeah, you took, we had to do something. Yes, I agree. Whether our opponent is a shadow or whether it is fate, we will need to be strong to win. What is there even? Oh, I'm not like perfect yet, right? No. Okay. I still have some space to go, so guess I'm. Oh, it's Saturday. Am I even allowed to sing on Saturday? I'm not even sure if this was already pre-recorded and I'm retreading old ground. Oop. I was wrong. That was the wrong area to go in. Today's exams have ended. Call a taxi, I can't walk home. Just kidding, I'll manage. Walk home with me, Junpei. Let's hang out. Alright, Mitsuru, are you actually available today? It's no longer a test day. Yes! What the fuck did I do on the 19th? Oh, I don't think I even checked if she was available. Because I was like, oh, I could go bully a child. Rather than hanging out with her. Oh, I think I was actually hung out with Yukari. That's right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't recall. Sorry to see her smiling. You went to the strip mall, Takoyaki-san Octopia. Interesting. So takoyaki doesn't consist of an entire octopus, only a small portion. Well, it makes sense. An entire octopus would be too much food for one person. Sometimes I'm amazed at my own ignorance of the world. But Sarah seems dejected. Anyways, let's eat. You're right. I'll have one takoyaki, please. What? Takoyaki isn't sold in individual pieces? So I can buy a dozen at this price? Mitsuru seems amazed at the low price. Mitsuru is enjoying her takoyaki. So it's filled with diced octopus inside. Interesting. It tastes slightly sour. Are there other ingredients in addition to the octopus? Well, whatever they may be, they taste absolutely delicious. C'est très bien? C'est très bien. C'est très bien. Fucking hell, whatever. Mitsuru has discovered how delicious takoyaki tastes. You feel that you understand her better now. That reminds me of what Akihiko was talking about when we walked past here. Do you think Akihiko has been acting differently lately? I don't mean to be rude, it's just that I've known him for such a long time. Perhaps he's just maturing. Does that make you happy? Of course that makes me happy. All that we've been through, it can be difficult to get over our pasts. However, Akihiko is trying to learn from his experiences. I'm very impressed by him. When I look at Akihiko, I'm reminded of so many things about myself. Can't explain why, though. I think you're lonely. As graduation day approaches, I do find myself feeling sad from time to time. You may not understand because you're only a junior. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Sorry for subjecting you to my incoherent ramblings. Please forget what I just said. I'm behind you 100%. Huh? What do you mean? The takoyaki was absolutely delicious. We should eat here again sometime. I'm trying to make it clear that I am not interested in Akihiko. Yep. Numbers increased. Maybe. It's up to us. Yay! And Koromaru's ready to hang out. Oh, come on. I needed you to be almost done. Oculus.